Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Board Explorer, joined by the lovely Julia. Hello, Julia.
Hello, Richard.
We've come up to Horsham today to look at landscape, heritage and nature. I saw, actually one of my lovely viewers pointed me to this. He said, did you know there's a Motte and Bailey Castle in Horsham? And I thought, a Motte and Bailey Castle in Horsham? I used to live in Horsham. What are you talking about? It can't possibly be. I would have known that. Horsham Castle? No. Sure enough, there is. On a tiny bit of land that we are now standing in, sort of to the north of Horsham, close to Holbrook, near Roffey, that sort of side of Horsham, just off the A24 up towards Crawley, the A246 I think it might even be. And here we are with the lovely Joseph, who's all wrapped up, aren't you, Joseph?
Hey.
All wrapped up, castle hunting. Yeah. And this bit of land, we'll take a little stroll. We're going anti-clockwise, aren't we?
Yeah, today.
This little bit of land has been preserved on a whole load of new builds which surround it, and it's now a heritage site. It has a stream coming through, which I have no idea where that's fed. I guess it must feed into the Arun. And quite why the Normans would have put a Motte and Bailey Castle here, I don't know, because I would be wondering what it would be defending. But that's apparently what this little bit of wasteland is. So
Curious and curious.
it is curious, isn't it? It's very strange. So we're just going to have a look round to see if we can actually find the motte. And the motte is the bit which would have been the mound, and the Bailey is
dip around it, isn't it?
it's the sort of courtyard,
Yeah.
really, where
Right.
all the supporting houses would have been.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And the motte, you see, look, this looks like just here could have been the moat around the motte. So maybe this bit that we're coming up to is
Could be
the bit,
Bailey,
the motte. So to put this into English, there would have been a timber-framed castle of some description, or tower or something. But it looks like we're going over an old drawbridge, because if I just come down here, this is pure speculation, but this could be the remains of an original moat that went around the castle. You see, Julia is up there by that lovely, I guess that's an oak tree just over there, and I've gone down into a dip which now is infilled, which no doubt would have been a lot deeper in its day. This is really intriguing.
Yeah, it goes off that side as well.
Oh, does it?
It looks like it might curve round to the left.
So this would give the indication that we're coming up onto the motte itself. So you say it goes down here. Oh yeah, and it's clearly, you can see it down that dip there, past that oak tree, which interestingly are growing at the edge of the motte. And then look that way and you get that stark dead tree growing up close to the centre, almost as if it's saying, here is where the castle, the timber frame castle, once stood.
Beautiful skeletal sentinel, isn't it?
It is. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, this is about the right sort of size for a motte. I didn't think
It's looking like it, isn't it?
I didn't think we would find it that quickly, to be honest with you.
You thought it was going to be like, you know, the landscapes or something by now. Or
yes, it all
something.
just sort of changed. But I wonder how many people actually know that.
The dip carries on round there, look, and through the brambles there.
Oh yes, all around.
It's not a great big space, is it, on top?
Well, you wouldn't need it that big.
No, true.
The tower would have been more going up, an erect tower as a stronghold.
Yeah.
And then the Bailey area is where most of the daily stuff went out, and then beyond that would have been your farmland. But it probably only had a very short life. It was as the Normans came in and started to put their stamp on Britain as it was against the Anglo-Saxons, not so much to invade but to conquer. So they were going to be the new administrators and the new tax collectors, and you know, the thanes were all replaced by barons who were working for William to and the landowners and the lords. So no, it's fascinating. Shall we go up that way a bit?
Let's go, yeah.
lovely oak, isn't it?
Very green socks.
Oh yes, look at that. Furry green socks. What's interesting, another interesting thing that I found out when I was just looking at the OS map for the area, locally here, a little bit that way, and it's not on a public footpath unfortunately, there's another earthwork which is a circular earthwork, and it says something like castle enclosure. So that's interesting, whether that goes back to an earlier fortification, possibly Saxon, possibly Neolithic, who knows, I don't know, speculation. I'm good at that. But around there is, I think there's Castle Farm or Castle Copse. So there was a woodland named after the castle, and then there's Owl Castle Farm. And I read that it's thought that that was a place that smugglers used to go to back in the, I don't know, the 18th century probably, and because smugglers used to be known as owlers.
Oh yeah.
Because they would, you know, go out at night and communicate using owl sounds.
Yeah.
And Owler's Castle Farm, castle because of the location, it being a farm, but the smugglers may have hidden their contraband there on their way up to London to deliver the stuff. So although I've lived here all my life thinking that Horsham was much more a rural market town with links to London, this is just blown me away a bit to think that it has that Norman connection as well.
Cool.
So we might be on the I'm just rethinking, looking at the topography. I think this is the the Motte bit that we're on, which is protected again by another ditch, and then the Bailey's to our left.
Yeah. This is a smaller
little, yeah,
coping.
It's quite bumpy. Let's just go forth a little bit further down to the, I guess that must be more the northeast corner. See, we're going to come down this rise. There's a lot of dog prints on the ground, so people do come over here. It's the only bit of undeveloped land in this area until you get out past the very busy road that's looping round, that these people in the new builds could go and, well, the kids can play and the dogs can be walked.
Yeah. Certainly it's a lovely little refuge, isn't it?
It is a refuge, and thank God that it can't be developed. It's now a heritage site. And I think that's the thing. I bet you people in those houses have no idea. And look, here we go. Bit of a stream cutting through.
Easy as you go underfoot there.
It is very slippery. So there we are, look, these little streams. Now, a website that had some information about this also said that these streams were most likely there and would have made the ground particularly marshy, which would have made a greater protection for the castle. But how lovely, you've got this lovely bit of nature as well. I mean, that's the thing. Back in the day, obviously a stronghold, but now a nice little nature reserve, which is rather fantastic, with all sorts of different trees. I wonder what these are. They look like hazel, don't they?
I was going to say, that's very much a shiny hazel looking.
Yeah.
And the way they're, looks like they've been coppiced.
Yes.
In the past. And it looks like this one's just been done.
Yes, that's
These
it.
two, rather.
And they're all adhering to the side of this little stream.
We've got a little bridge over there that goes over the side of it.
Oh, let's go over there. That looks fun. Just veer off the track just for a second, you can see how close the new builds have come. Just here, beyond. But thank God for this little haven of woodland, somewhere where the kids can come in and actually find out about nature. This bit crosses the stream. Tempted to go just and have a little bit of a look this side. I'm just going to climb up here just to get a quick overview There's a picnic chair over there, and then you get a nice view looking back. Before, at this gate, the roundabout, actually the roundabout we came off on, and the busy road that leads between Horsham and Crawley. Well, that is fascinating. That is fascinating. I'm going to have to do some research on this. Julia, thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you for bringing me along. It's nice.
That's just, it's, you can see I'm slightly gobsmacked. The juxtaposition, I suppose, of the Norman invasion and their castle, the new builds on the edge of Horsham. Horsham in itself an interesting town historically, but that's all we've got time for.
What a shame.
Yeah, thanks to Joseph for being little. But we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, become a patron and all of that. And thanks for watching. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Can you remember how to get back?
This way, I think.
Yeah.